I'm willing to bet that in the last day, you have gone to a website and then you've just exited that website, but you couldn't exactly say why. Was it the copy? Was it the site function? Was it something else? I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was. It was micro effort. Any extra little bit of effort that you're forced to put in leads you closer to the exit. And today, I'm gonna help you understand what micro effort is, the most likely areas of micro effort, and some tools that you can use today to start finding it on your site. My name's Trent Kennelly, I'm a marketing strategist, and on this channel, I talk about all the things that you can do to improve your business through marketing, sales, and analytics. So if that sounds good to you and you're excited, make sure that you like this video, comment the most annoying user experience that you've ever had, subscribe to this channel if you're into it, and let's get started. Okay, what is micro effort? Micro effort is a measure of how hard a page is to navigate on a very micro level. Humans are very intuitive. We know what's easy and hard to understand very quickly. The same is true for our preferences. We know what we like and what we don't very quickly. As a result, it's very easy for us to turn off. Add to that the attention span is getting shorter, which leads to it being easier for us to be frustrated. Adding all of that together, and you'll see that the smallest little effort will increase the anxiety or frustration of a user and increase the likelihood that they're going to leave. Okay, so how can you tell what's hanging people up? The first question is expectation versus reality. Are people coming to the page getting what they expect? A great example here is Nissan.com versus NissanUSA.com. Nissan.com, you might think is owned by Nissan Motors, but it is not. There's another group that got there first. It's a Japanese family name. They got there first and they're allowed to use it. They actually have the right to use it. They're not squatters. But when people go to visit that page, what are they expecting? They're expecting Nissan Motors. What they get instead is some picture of people on a march and a banner at the top that says, ask us about Nissan's lawsuit. They don't know what they're looking at. They're looking for cars and they have to put in a little bit of effort. They're not gonna read any further than there's a lawsuit, this is not where I wanna be, and then they're gonna move on. So the lesson here is make sure that users get what they expect. If they're coming in from an ad that uses the word tiddlywinks, maybe you feature the word tiddlywinks in the headline. Whatever you can do to get them from here's my expectation to here's my reality is going to help you here. Slow load times is another way. You have to remember the rule here. You have 10 seconds or less to keep users interested. If the first 3 seconds of that valuable 10 seconds are just a blank screen while that website's trying to load, you're actually increasing the likelihood that they're going to leave. Pay attention the next time that you have to wait for a website to load. You're gonna feel like this low-level anxiety associated with that waiting. You don't wanna sit there and wait unless it's something really important to you, and even then, there's gonna be this low-level anxiety, right? Usability issues are also a big question here. If a page is constantly glitching, if buttons don't work, there's pop-ups everywhere, if you're being constantly redirected, all of these things are really going to hurt the effort level that people are gonna feel, because if they feel the effort of not being able to click on a button and make it work, or having to X out a bunch of pop-ups, or being constantly redirected and don't know where they are anymore, that's too much effort. They're gonna leave. Nobody's gonna stay around and wait for that. Is your website hard to understand? Bad copy equals more micro effort. If I ever have to say, huh, when reading your website copy, I'm putting too much micro effort in. I'm putting too much effort in general in. You can check out this video on copywriting techniques to kind of figure out how to hone this for yourself. But just understand for now that if it's ever hard to understand, it's a problem. Maybe if you don't know what to do next, simply where are the buttons or what's the next step is a problem. If there's no way for them to figure out where to go after this, then they're not gonna wanna stay and figure it out. The harder this is to figure out, even on that micro level, the higher likelihood of an exit. So if you want a specific picture of kind of how to do this, there's 2 different things that you need to do. You should do both of these. The first is to set up a Google Analytics goal funnel so you can get a general idea of what's causing an exit, where people are leaving, and kind of where in the funnel you're losing them. The second one is called Full Story. It's kind of like Hotjar. It records people's actions on your website and does heat maps, and you can kind of get an idea for what's happening on your site as a result. So I'll show you how to set up both of those right now. All right, so let's go ahead and set up Google Analytics' goal funnel tracking and Full Story through my computer here. So let's just jump in. We'll start with Google Analytics. So what you'll probably notice first about Google Analytics is this looks very different than it's looked in the past. I'll do a full update video a little bit in the future, but for now, basically it's just a total revamp. They've kind of modernized it. They've updated the whole thing. And it's really pretty great because it thinks about things in a different way. There's less coding involved in certain things, so it's really nice. And if we want to do a goal funnel, it is so much easier than it used to be. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here to the analysis page. We're going to go to Analysis Hub. There's lots of different things that you can do here, but we're going to go ahead and you can see I already started one, but we'll just click Funnel Analysis. So what you'll notice is that the data is pretty weak on this page. That's because when they start the new account, they have to start from scratch like they always do, which is kind of an annoying thing about Google Analytics, is that they always have to start from completely new instead of pulling your old data in if you ask them to. Whatever. So we want to create a new funnel here. So it used to be that you would have to put in the specific page names and guide through that way. That's not how it is anymore. So you can select the particular steps that you want to take. So did they first open and visit? So you can be more specific about this if you want to. And so when you click on it, what you're going to see is that it'll first give you the basic parameter. So it'll say, okay, well, did they first open or visit? And you can add a parameter like, let's say, the value is they came in from a specific page, right? So if they came in from slash LinkedIn, for instance, or campaign equals LinkedIn, then you can put that in here and it'll only filter for the people who come in from that specific campaign, okay? And then it's going to take you through the different steps of the funnel. This is already pre-built out, but if you want to change this, you can go back out here to the steps and you can X things out or add things as you want. This just allows you to be a little bit more detailed about it. So you can see that I got rid of that second step and now there's a new second step here. So we're looking at which screens did they visit? Which sessions did they start? Did they make a purchase? Did they not make a purchase? This allows you also to build abandoned cart emails in directly through Google Analytics and lots of other things. So it's really nice and simple. We just add the steps here. We edit things as we want. So I can just edit everything right in here. I can add the specific pages that I want to add. I can add the specific steps that I want them to take, and it's going to analyze everything in here. And then I would apply it. And it'll gather data over time. You just have to give it a little bit of time to gather that data, but that's it. Full story is also simple. This is kind of the layout of full story just to show you really quickly what it is. So you can click on a button and you can see how users move through the site. You can move through at 1x speed, at 2x, at 4x. You can move very quickly or very slowly if you want to. But it's going to give you a good idea of how people are moving through the page. And if you want to see more on a mass scale how people are interacting with the page, you can just click up here on Page Insights, and it'll show you exactly what people are doing. So if they're clicking, how many users are doing it, etc. So I have 3 very excited people here. So it's very nice and simple. So how we set this up, also simple. So we're going to go to Settings. It's going to take you right to your recording snippet. All you have to do is highlight this, come over to our dashboard. We're going to go to Appearance, and we're going to go to Customize, and then come all the way down to the bottom here to Header Footer Scripts here. And then you just put it right in there. You can see I already put that in there, so I already have tracking going. But otherwise you would just slap it right in there and it's nice and easy and good to go. Hopefully all of that together really helped you to get a better idea of what exactly is killing your site traffic and keeping people from coming back in. It's all about that micro effort. If you want a little bit more information or if you want to dig a little bit deeper into your specific situation, I have coaching on my site, which you can check out. Just look at the description for that. Or if you want to understand how to anticipate the 2021 marketing trends, I've got a guide for that you can check out in the description as well. Or honestly, so many other guides that you should take a look at. Otherwise, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a like, comment, and let me know what your most annoying user experience has ever been. Subscribe to this channel if you're into it, and I'll catch you in the next one.